hope that you are having an amazing Christmas and that you are surrounded by people that you love during this time. Now, Christmas is a time where we reflect on God who showed up in our world. Now, God coming to earth reveals something to us about his heart and about his mission, who he is and what he came to do. Now, this is also the same mission that has been given to us as his followers. During Christmas, we read the story about God who became a helpless little baby. Now, every parent that I know has some sort of story about the first time that they held their newborn child in their arms. And most of them tell a story about being immediately overcome by unconditional love and how they feel this immediate bond with this little baby. Now, I definitely experienced it a little bit differently. When I held both of our daughters for the first time, I was hit and overcome by this immense sense of fear and responsibility. The fact that I have to make sure that this little human life stays alive, that this little human life is so completely dependent on me. It's interesting that in the animal kingdom, most mammals are born with some innate sense of survival. That by the moment that they are born, that some of them can even start taking their first steps. We've all seen the videos of the giraffes on National Geographic. But human beings are born completely and utterly defenseless and helpless. They can't even hold up their own little heads. They just lie there and drink milk and poop, completely dependent on their parents and their caregivers. When I read through the story of the birth of Christ, I am struck by the fact that the Savior of the world, the King of Kings, God Himself showed up in a hostile world, in a manger with the smell of manure hanging around, homeless, and completely and utterly vulnerable and helpless. The Creator of the world was revealed to us as a helpless, defenseless, and vulnerable little newborn baby. Just in this little detail lies so much truth. The manner in which God showed up in our world has a massive implication on the way that we are also called to show up in a world that is messy and broken and that sometimes smells like manure. So here's the thing. You cannot love from a safe distance. You cannot love without getting some manure on your shoes and getting involved in the mess and the funk of this world. As Christ showed up in the mess of this world, we are also called to show up in a messy and in a broken and a sometimes dangerous world. You see, we can't love wholeheartedly as Jesus has loved us, as He showed us all the way to the cross, without first embracing vulnerability, without being willing to make ourselves vulnerable. You cannot truly love people if you don't get close enough to them so that they can actually hurt you. In a risk-averse world, we have to learn that love cannot exist without risk. So may you experience God's love and peace during this time, and may you have the courage to show up and to love without fear.